this video is going to be a pick a card, so a video pick a card. So I'm going to pull set 1, 2, and 3. So have a think about what set you want to pick. If you need to pause the video, do so now. Pick what set 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to jump straight into it. So set 1. So we've got everything is fine, the 3 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. So I feel like with this set, with the everything is fine, which does relate to the 10 of Swords, I feel like there's been a lot, you've been really attached to ego things recently, with the ego card coming up here as well. So you may feel that you're trapped in a situation, but that's not true. Be careful of not overly focusing upon material wealth and breaking free of negative thinking. So I feel like you've been in a situation recently where it could be a work situation. I do kind of feel like there's more work, or just if it's not work, then it could just be a situation where you feel really trapped, so perhaps maybe in a relationship, or just a situation where you just feel like there's no way out kind of thing, and you're a bit stuck as to which way to go, what you should do, because it's kind of like you're on the ground now and you just have no idea how to get yourself out of it, which does kind of, I think it might tie in with money, but if it's not to do with money, then it could just be feeling trapped in a situation that you're not really happy in. The 3 of Wands is about looking further afield. So I feel like you know that there's something else out there for you, but it's like you're looking across the water and being, having visions of where you could end up. So I feel like there's been a lot of thinking recently about taking an action into something else and being somewhere else, or bringing someone else in, or it's like you've been kind of stuck in this vision of just what's going on here, but it's like you've started to look further afield and envision what your future could look like, and what a particular action you could take now will lead you in the future. And so with the 7 of Wands, it's kind of like you're trying to defend your position as well. So for some of you, it could be, you've got dreams that you want to achieve, or things that you want to do in work, or perhaps you want to you've got a vision of how you'd like a relationship to be, or things you want in a relationship. So it could be you would like to buy a house or something like that, or a baby would be something that you would like to see in your future, and it could be around that. So it's like the time now that you're in, it's kind of like you're trying to figure out what will take you further and what is holding you back. So yeah, so it's kind of like you're defending your dreams and your visions and things that you want for your future. It's kind of like you've really got to take a stand and be like, this is what I really believe and feel that I want and need in my future. So if you're not with me with that, then I'm looking further afield, because that's where I want to be, and I'm not staying here anymore. So yeah, that could be a bit of something that's going on for people at the moment. And so with the Princess of Summer, it says you can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. So yeah, so I feel like for some of you, you could be moving out of old relationships and into new relationships, ones that are more aligned with things that you want in the future. And perhaps new friendship groups, or groups of people who really align with what you want the future to look like. And then we've got attraction and second chance. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, I feel like this isn't for all of you, but for some of you, you could start to move forward, and then it's like somebody else is like, well, hey, I want to come too, kind of thing, and at one stage you perhaps weren't on the same page, but now that you've started to take steps forward, someone else kind of clicks as well, and is like, well, hang on, wait for me, kind of thing. So I feel like for some of you, you may think that you have to leave a person or situation behind, but actually that you make the move forward and then they kind of catch up to you. So that's not for everybody. I feel like some of you will be moving away from certain people, but for a small group of you, I feel like somebody will want to come with you on that journey. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of. But yeah, I feel like you're looking further afield now, and you want to end up in a different place, so you're taking actions now to to make that step forward to that future that you want. Alright, so that is set 1. Alright, so we'll go into set 2. Okay, we've got the 3 of Swords, Death, and the Queen of Swords. Right. King of Autumn. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Swords, Death, Queen of Swords. So I feel like there is some heartbreak around the people who pick set 2. So the 3 of Swords is all about disappointment and heartbreak and hidden pain. So it could be pain that you haven't expressed. So it could be something that is going on now, but it could also be something from the past that you haven't processed, which is still kind of like a knife in the heart kind of thing. Yeah, and I feel like there's pain that has to be worked through, because I feel like that is what is holding you back from coming into a new life, because the Death card is about, you know, death and rebirth. So it's like the transition of moving from that part of your life to another part of your life. So the Death card is, you know, a beautiful card of moving into a new life and creating new things and starting afresh and you know, new identities and rebirth and new beginnings and everything. But I feel like there has been something that is holding you back from the past, which is past to do with past heartache specifically, that is stopping you from making that transition. So yeah, it could be holding on to, you know, like holding on to grudges and blaming somebody else, or you know, that somebody's done something to you, which is fair enough, which is traumatic, but it's like it's I feel like it's victim mentality kind of thing. And that's not to say that you're not a victim, but you can have things that happen to you, but you choose not to play the victim role, you know. So you can use something to transform your life into something else. So that's where it's you've had to, like, there's a need to process it, because I feel like it hasn't been processed, which is the reason why you haven't moved on to something else. So I mean, yes, you know, you've had something happen to you that's very traumatic and like that, but you can't stay in the energy, because you've got to use it to transmute the energy into something better. So I feel like that's a big thing that you need to do at the moment, is it's like a catalyst to move into this new life. So you need to be aware of you know, what happened and how can you think of it differently, and you know, how can you take responsibility of your own life to make things better. Use what you learned in that situation to create something new, which I think once you will do, you will move into this Queen of Swords energy, which is like amazing, beautiful, strong energy. So a strong person. You've got to where you are by yourself, sensible, to the point, blunt, don't like time wasters, self-knowing, respect, boundaries, and a leader. So yeah, so I feel like you're just going to step into this role of being the leader of your own life, because I feel like there's been a bit of control in the past, and maybe perhaps control from other people, but also your trauma that has been controlling you. So once you kind of start to transmute that, it's like you can step into this brand new energy of being really strong and like a leader, and having strong boundaries, and knowing yourself more. So then we've got the King of Autumn. So this is everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that will come your way will be invested wisely. And then we've got the Emperor. So structure and organisation are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on the leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. Yeah, so I just feel like the people who pick the set, you're moving into a real leadership role, which will you know, boost you up into this beautiful, confident person, and everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be successful, and I think that if you've come up across things not moving, and you know, things not turning out the way that you've wanted to, it's just because you're stuck in that energy. And once you move out of that energy, it's like the energy will change and everything will kind of start moving. So you know, career and money and things like that, and relationships will improve. So yeah, there's just a lot of stagnation there. I feel like there's something that's a bit stagnant, and once that is moved through, um, it's like everything will kind of take off. And so separation and work with color. So separation. So again, I feel like that's the separation from the old life that you're moving out of, and working with color. So it might be an idea to kind of work with, do chakras and going through each one and what kind of comes up for you. Um, and there's a chakra meditation that I might link, um, put the link in the bio. So um, or in the comments so that you can do this chakra meditation, because it's a really powerful meditation that you can do to kind of work through, particular issues and trauma that is held in your body. So I'll put the link in the description for that. So yeah, I feel like a lot of moving forward, separation from the old, moving into the new. But yeah, just a little bit to work through there with something from your past. Yeah. All right. So that is set 2. And we'll move on to set 3. Okay, we've got 5 of Cups, the Lovers, and 8 of Wands. 6 of Summer, 7 of Summer. Alright, so 5 of Cups, the Lovers, 8 of Wands. So I feel like there's a lot to do here with family environment, couples. Yeah, there's something that is something that has seemed lost in a relationship. Yeah, in terms of, I feel like for some of you it could be to do with a new relationship that has come in, which is like fresh and new. So, but it feels like perhaps you thought this person might have been the right person, but then they've turned out to not be the right person. But I think that there is still a lot of learning in this connection. So yeah, with the Lovers card, yeah, I mean, so 2 separate examples for this, but the first one, so the Lovers card, I kind of get that it's, yeah, like the honeymoon phase kind of thing, and it's not a committed relationship yet. So that's why I think it could be in the early stages. But with the 5 of Cups, I feel like it's kind of failed in a way, like it hasn't moved where you thought it might move to, but also you've actually taken something away from that meeting with that person. So it's not all bad, like, and I think that's the way you have to think of it, is that it's not, it hasn't been, a waste or anything. And for some of you, you could be feeling that rejection, which, can be a bit hard, but I think that it is an example and a lesson for you to not feel rejected, because some people come into your life and then they go out of your life, and that's fine. It doesn't mean that you have to feel rejection. It just means that that person was supposed to come into your life for a little time and then they move out. So that's where you've got to let go of the rejection if there's that you're not good enough and things. So I think this connection has happened recently because to make you realize that it's not based on rejection and that you're not enough kind of thing. It's just the flow of the universe, So, yeah, and then, and then I think there's a second group of people who is to do with a family, or like a relationship with a family. And it says the love and care of children can become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. And they've got 7 of Summer, so it's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. And then we've got explore your feelings and let go of your ex. All right, so yeah, so for some of you, I feel like, yeah, it's to do with the family environment. Perhaps some of you, could be separated from a partnership but have kids together. So, yeah, with the love and care of children could become an important part of your life. So, there, explore your feelings. Yeah, so it could be something to do with, there's a lot of nostalgic feelings from the past, and what was once together, which again is kind of like the Five of Cups. What was once there is not there anymore, but there's still good things to come out of it. So I feel like that could be, there's like, yeah, some old memories can be healed, or possibly childhood dreams can be are ready to be revived. Yeah, so I feel like there's something from the past that was like, it was good in the beginning, and then everything got a bit messy, but there's a chance to rebuild it again, and perhaps rebuild it in a new way. Like, I mean, I don't feel like it's going to be rebuilt the same way as it was before, but it's going to be rebuilt in a way that is better for everybody. So yeah, make decisions that you can move forward with a priority. um, Listen to your heart. Yeah, and a very positive card: movement and improvement, things working out in love and finances, travel or progression, a shift, lots of energy, surprises, connections, and ideas. Yeah, so I just feel like there's going to be something that's recreated from the past. So there was a past connection with somebody, or it could just be a love relationship or a family relationship, where it's like it's been that way, and then it's kind of got a bit weird, and then over here, like now, it's going to be rebuilt in a different way. And I think, yeah, there's going to be a decision that comes soon that is like, we've got to do things this way, and this is going to be beneficial for us and for the family and things like that. So, um, yeah, I just feel like something, yeah, is being revived, and it's going to be in a beautiful way. Travel, progression, a shift, lots of energy, surprises. Yeah, and I feel like it could come in quite a surprising way. Like maybe you might hear from somebody, or you could, yeah, something, or perhaps you could surprise somebody else with, a suggestion or something like that. I just feel like something's going to come together in a really beautiful way that will be quite unique, and but everyone will feel good about it. Yeah. Mm. All right, so I'll leave it at that. So yeah, if you would like a personal reading done by me, then you can message me at hello@staceysadler.com. Yeah, and I'm also in store for readings if you'd like to book an in-person reading. But yeah, I'll talk to you on the next reading.